Hi everyone, I'm Neil Carlson in Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Today we're going to take a side trip up to Troncones. It's about 20 miles north of here. Our guide will be Ernie Mrachek, a Grand Forks, North Dakota native who's now called Mexico home for around 20 years. We'll get a closer look at Mexican life, and Ernie says he'll even offer you viewers a deal on one of his rental properties. So how'd you end up down here?
Well, it was a long story. In February of '99, my brother Greg, who owned an MCI resort program, said, let's go to Mexico in Ixtapa. I said, okay. Well, here we were, Ixtapa, February '99. And we met friends, made friends, and he came back down in June or July of '99 to visit these friends. And the guy that was selling timeshares, Gregory Kemp from Calgary, Alberta, said, let's go to Troncones. He said, you'll like it. It's a nice little village about 20 miles from there. So out to Troncones they went, and they stopped at Bob and Suzanne Hoberman's house. And Greg said, oh, I really like it here. And Bob said, well, you know, that place next door is for sale. And that started it. And he called me up and said, what do you think about having a place in Mexico? I said, well, and you know how I like Mexico. So he said, well, I'm going to buy it. And he bought it, and I came down to do some work in November of '99. And then in like October of 2000, he said, I got to have a swimming pool by Christmas. So I got a hold of Jerry Camacho and his wife Linda Bondi, and Linda's since passed on, said, I need a swimming pool. And they started it. We gave them the dimensions, and they got it started. And on the 7th of December 2000, I came down to tile the pool. We had a week to get it done, and got in on a Saturday and couldn't do nothing on Sunday. Went to town on Monday and found the tile. Monday afternoon, came back with all the tile and tiled the little pool. There's two pools there. Tuesday morning, got up, tiled the big pool. Wednesday we grouted it. Thursday we plastered it and started the water to fill it. And Friday we filled it. I swam in it, and Saturday went home 1 week's time.
So now anyway, you're managing rentals.
Right. Well, I manage Casas Gregorio, and then I manage another property called Casa Escondida, and it's a property that's real close to the village of Troncones. It's only 500 yards from downtown, and they've got 4 lots there. It's almost 2 acres of land, and it's really secluded and private, quiet, and they treat me good. It's owned by 3 young fellows from Indiana and a fellow about my age from Colorado that was the original owner and brought these other ones in. And I've been with them now about 12 years. So I'm getting to be an old timer there too.
So, and did you end up, you don't become a citizen, but what is it, what do you call it?
I'm not a citizen, I'm a permanent resident. So I don't give up my Social Security, I don't give up any of the pension programs that I've got up in the States, and I can't vote. I'm a resident, I've got all the, I don't have to file with immigration, I got all all the conveniences of a person that lives here full time. I don't have to leave the country. I don't have to go up to the States. I don't have to. It's just as many conveniences.
And you get health care.
The company that I work for, Escondida, Casa Escondida, they pay for my health care every year.
Oh, okay.
And I tell you, it's good health care. It's all your prescription drugs, all your laboratory tests, blood, x-ray, surgery, doctor's visits, everything for $400 a year. And that's it. And I renew it every year in December. I just renewed it last month, and it goes up a little bit in price every year, but not that noticeable. It's still right around $400.
So if person was getting a couple grand a month on Social Security, do you think you could live down here?
Like a king. Absolutely like a king. The village where I live, of course, Troncones, it's a tourist village, and I live in the village itself. I don't live on any of the properties. And the rent is a little higher than it would be, let's say, in one of the surrounding towns. But for $400 a month, you can have a very nice house, or you can have a real nice apartment and a maid that'll do your cleaning for you for $400 a month. You can live, a couple can live on another $500 a month for entertainment, food, and the basic costs. I would say for $1,000, $1,200, or $1,500, you can live very, very comfortable. You couldn't do it I couldn't do it in Minnesota. If I was back in Minnesota, I'd have to work.
How big is this town, or where are we now?
The resident population is about 350 people.
Yeah.
The first time I rode this road here, it was gravel. It took 20 minutes to get into town. It was so washboardy and bumpy and rough, and animals, cows and horses. And at that time, they even had pigs in the village and burros.
Kind of get more and more Americans building places down here?
Yeah, even since the last time you were here. You'll see a lot of new construction since the last time you were here.
So you got some famous people, or famous rich people?
There's a couple besides me.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor at Casas Gregorio, I should say our next door neighbor at Casas Gregorio, is the drummer for the band Supertramp.
Oh, okay.
And then further up the road on the way to Mahawa is one of the original members of the band Grassroots, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't like me too well because he was really pretty when he was young, but I look a lot prettier now that we're the same age. And it kind of bothers him when I stand next to him.
So those people, you can build their house down here pretty reasonable compared to the States?
You can. In fact, a very interesting thing about the village, Neil, that there's not a house in the village itself that has a mortgage on it. Every house that you see there is paid for. And if it's not completely finished, it's because they didn't have the money to completely finish it.
No.
But there's not you can't buy a house in the village and say, I'm going to the bank and get a mortgage, because you can't get one.
No.
You need to pay cash for it, or buy it from the owner on a contract for deed, but no mortgages. We now have an ATM machine in Troncones, and that was a big thing. I don't know if you saw I posted it on Facebook. It was a real big thing. Because you couldn't, you had to drive into Ixtapa to get any money, ever. I've got friends at the gas station, so before they put the ATM machine in Troncones, if I go out and get 300 pesos for gas, and I could tell him, write it for 600 pesos, and he'd give me 300 pesos in change. This is new. That's owned by an American. He just built that last year. The car wash.
They were talking about the winter. You kind of got dry weather in the winter, but rains a lot in the summer.
It doesn't rain a lot, Neil. It rains mostly at night. Very seldom that you get a day that's rainy here. It's most of the time the rain comes at night. And I'm not sure on the amount of precipitation they get, but it's, I would say it's probably about the same as the Red River Valley. All right, here we are coming into Troncones. All the little topies, speed bumps. We've now got a water purifying plant here. That's new. So all the purified water is done right here in Troncones. Here's a hardware store where you can buy all your building materials. Another tope coming up. Okay, make sure you get a picture of the ATM sign. See it right there? ATM. And there it sits, right here. There's the ATM.
They charge you 50 pesos to use it?
They charge more than 50. Here, get a picture of Ruben. He's a good guy. His Uncle Ruben, I call him. Ruben! Risa! Eres in the television! And his wife Carmen, ella es solamente dos Carmens aquí en Mexico. ¿Qué pescado tiene hoy?
Guachinango, dorado.
Levántate un dorado. Oh, that's a red snapper. Anyway. Ray, buenos días. The little fondas they call them, or corridas.
Chickens.
Oh yes, there's never a morning goes by that you don't hear roosters. You don't hear them so much out on the beach road, but you do hear them in the village.
Well, you got plenty of places to eat.
Oh, all kinds of places to eat. I'll take a left first and take a run down here. I get my lunch sandwiches there. I was in there yesterday building and making a new menu.
Oh.
So I had to tell them that it's, how to say French toast. You don't have to do it in English,
Okay, so we're coming up to your rentals.
Yeah, there's my sign. See all these palm trees here on the road? I planted those from seeds 2 years ago. This here is Supertramp. That's his house. The drummer. This is Casas Gregorio. This is the famous pool that it took me 4 hours to tile it.
All right. Do you have one open you can show folks kind of what it looks like?
Yeah, well, yeah, we can. There's Renee. Saluda, Renee. Renee's been with me for 17. He's in his 17th
What is
year.
there, 4 of these? I can't remember.
Well, 2 houses and 2 bungalows. I think this one's got the prettiest cushion, so we can take it. So look at this.
So, what is there, 2 bedrooms?
Yeah, this is a 2-bedroom. On each side is a bedroom. They're not, beds aren't made, so with a bathroom up on top.
Living room, little kitchen.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Does it make your own food, or if you want to pay for it?
Well, yeah,
they'll
you
make
can.
it?
Yeah, I can hire a cook, and the cook gets about $25 a meal.
Okay.
For 6-7 people. You buy the food, and she'll come in and prepare it, serve it, and clean up afterwards for about $25. Bottled water in each house. Every house has their own bottled water. These doors open up, Neil, so that you get the full view.
So you're on the beach.
That is on the beach.
So, you going to give folks a deal if they tell you they saw it on iNewZ?
Well, Neil, seeing as I've known you for going on 10 years now, yes, I'll give them a 15% discount.
All right, 15% off.
15% off. So on a $1,000 a week rental, it would be $150 off. Can't beat that.
Okay.
You know.
All right. And go to your website, CasasGregorios.com. Phone number.
CasasGregorio.com. Yes.
Okay.
There's a link to the email there, and it's at reservations@casasgregorio.com, and I get the the emails, and I check them twice a day.
Okay. They just got to tell you they saw it on iNewZ.
That's all I have to say. We saw it on iNewZ, and we saw Neil Carlson's.
For Grand Forks native Ernie Mrachek, it's home. And at the age of 74, Ernie isn't slowing down much. He and his partner Paloma have a 7-year-old son in a place far away from Minnesota where Ernie spent much of his adult life as a tile installer. If you're looking for a truly laid-back vacation, Troncones might be the place for you. It's nestled between the Sierra Madre Mountains and the Pacific Ocean with beach views that are nothing short of spectacular. In Mexico, I'm Neil Carlson reporting.